Gravy, baby.
Vegetable just means vegetation that's edible. So the argument over whether something's a fruit or a vegetable is stupid because it's all vegetable. And carrots are vegetables and fruits are vegetables. It's anything that's not meat or even grain made from vegetables.
What about legumes, baby?
Vegetables.
Veggies.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Peanuts are
Vegetables.
vegetables.
No, yeah, vegetation we can
Vegetation.
eat.
You can eat.
Oh, see, this is. I hope we're recording.
Things that. Welcome to gravy, baby. Is gravy a vegetable? This and other piercing questions are answered today. What's up,
I
Gravy?
wish this was a 420 episode. This seems like a 420 thing, dude. But are vegetables even real?
Dude, they don't know when we recorded it. 420 was 3 days ago. This is a 420 episode, dude. We're all fucking 420, man.
I know the government. Well, I don't know if it was propaganda or if it was so much they were just trying to understand food, right? Because this is when they have the classification of, that's where we get the food pyramid from, which, I mean, again, now all that research was moot because we find out it was incorrect, but
It's both. It's always both, right? That's what you always find out. You're like, yeah, they started this like thing to figure out what to feed kids. But then they hired the guy who owned all the wheat to decide what to feed kids. And it's wild. He said wheat, which was crazy.
yeah, he said you should consume that one the most, for sure.
But we hired him because he'd been studying what to feed kids for years. Now, he was doing it to make money, but still, we felt like he was the expert. And like some of that is just like that dumb. And then obviously some of it's really nefarious, like the sugar thing with fat. Y'all know about that, right?
Let's talk about it.
So the American Heart Association was like hugely funded at one point to do this campaign against trans fats. And whether or not the American Heart Association was evil or just like, you know, what's the word, perverted or whatever, we don't know. But the sugar lobby was like, hey, if we make fat evil, we can sell desserts that are fat free.
And it's just chock full of sugar.
Chock full of sugar, baby.
Chock full of sugar.
I'm fat
Lo and
free and chock
behold.
full of sugar. It's like a dating profile in the 80s.
Chock full of sugar, because they had chock full of nuts, right?
They did. Yeah, that's coffee.
Because that was when they had the fat free, and that's when we got like all those weird like Olestra and all those weird
that was late in the
preservative.
game. I'm talking about, this goes back to the like 60s and 70s, but yes, it culminated with fake fat in the 90s.
Well, and then by then, all of the food companies started getting bought out by the pharmaceutical companies, and that was when Monsanto as well. That's all when Monsanto started like putting Roundup in their soybeans. This is probably like the early late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm the student, you're the teacher when it comes to what the big pharma was doing to the food supply. I mean, look,
Well, they
did
started
fields
buying each
trade?
other out. I mean, that's when I try to talk to people from other countries about this, I sound insane, but it was just like basically the same companies that are poisoning you are the same companies that give you the drugs to treat the what happens for when they poison you.
And you know what was really crazy? That being factually accurate is directly why anyone gives a fuck who RFK Jr. is, at least prior to 3 years ago. The reason he was even in a position to make America healthy again is because he gave a fuck about that, or at least pretended to for money.
Yes. Which sucks because I genuinely would appreciate someone caring about that. But you can't even, there's no even way to like, Congress at this point even tries to tackle the monopoly of them being the people who provide the medicine, provide the care, provide the insurance, and they're still like, I don't know if that's a monopoly, while they're answering the questions of all of those things. Are you in charge of all of those things? Which the answer is yes. So I don't think getting them to be like, well, you own all of the companies that make all of the things that give people cancer. Why don't you stop doing that? But I mean,
Good for them. That's what they like doing. I mean, I've come to terms with the fact that there are people who are put on this earth to just give everyone cancer.
yeah.
They love it. It's like they're the Mozart of doing that.
Mhm.
I got a buddy. I shouldn't talk too much about this. I got a buddy from law school. How do I want to frame this without giving away too much? Whoever hired him was going to get this version of him, right?
Mm.
And whoever hired him was probably going to be evil, and they are.
Mhm.
But like now he's evil. Now he's doing exactly what he would do if he had gotten a job in any number of places.
Mhm.
But he's doing it that way,
No.
or you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Well, yeah, they're hiring, right?
Hey, evil called. They got a few openings.
Quite literally. And the more and more people are like, I don't know if I want to be associated with this. I'd rather be poor than
DJ. They said you can't work there because you got too many tattoos. Big Evil said that you are not who they're looking for. That's so funny to think about. And like pure evil, just like looking at DJ and be like, I don't know, man.
He's got too many tattoos. He doesn't speak in corporateese or whatever it is, legalese.
Nah, none of that.
He doesn't speak at all today.
I know. Do you go out to? I was just curious, since you're so on board with the vegetables not being real. Do you go out to your vegetable garden and tell them they're not real? Call them government propaganda.
No, I love my vegetables.
He goes in and tells them, yeah, a little fruity.
What?
Tell them they're a little fruity. Sorry, go ahead.
Tell them, bro, get here, make me a sandwich.
It's funny to be misogynistic to things that can't, to vegetables.
I mean, literally, make me a sandwich. Like, I want a tomato sandwich. Come here and then make a sandwich out of yourself for me. I went, is that misogynistic?
No, just to make me a sandwich, you know.
Oh.
Quote, yeah. But saying that.
Yes, be a sandwich would be more of it, not make a thing. Like, you just be a sandwich.
Be me a sandwich. Hey, come here and be me a sandwich.
Come here, be me a sandwich right now. And you seed.
Somebody remember that. That's a good title for today. Be me a
I
sandwich.
know that as far as farming goes, we're all fucked. I know that. So
Give me some insight. What do you mean?
Oh, fun. Something new.
Oh, y'all didn't know. I wonder if it's just because, like, I'm so...
I don't know the details. Please fill out the details. I assumed we were fucked in every regard, especially farming. Tell me about the farming evils of either corporations or government or both.
Yeah, well, it's just massive because of the whole the strait and all this stuff. It's like there's massive fertilizer shortages on top of like crazy fucking droughts. Like South Georgia's on fire right now. So like on top of like the fertilizer not being able to not having, and you know, Asia obviously is going to take a big hit. Africa is going to take a big hit, which is wild because Africa's right there. But anyways, big long story short, yeah, dude, we're looking at inflation and massive food shortage is gonna happen.
Sick.
It's already baked in the cake, man. So it's gonna happen. And farmers are like, even farmers up here are like, fuck. They're like, fuck. Like, we don't fucking know what to do. People over here at Osage was talking. I was talking to them the other day, and they was like, you know, we'll do what we can. Yeah,
Can they revert back to old methods like pre fertilizer and stuff like that?
It's pretty funny. You would think, oh yeah, what is it? But no, but like on these grand scales like this. Also, after you farm this dirt for like so long, like the soil has to get amended, and like you're talking about like the amount of on top of pesticides and everything else is going to this soil over and over and over. It eventually just becomes like it's just trash.
I know.
But you know, hey
Man, we were born too late to reap, and now we're right in the middle of sowing. No, I fucked it up. I did it backwards, but it was a killer line.
No, you're right though. You're right though. I know what you're saying. You're 100% right. It's pretty awesome.
We didn't get a show.
Dude, it's crazy though, because like, I mean, I guess like it's wild because like none of this is surprising. None of this. I mean, it's all avoidable, but it's stuff that everyone saw coming. I mean, for decades. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's so crazy. So you go from this point of like being like pulling your hair out and being like obsessed with like the hardships to like moving over and like just being like awestruck by the weird ship of it all, just like like the bizarreness of it, just the absolute like absurdity of it all. It's just like, whoa, dude. Like, it's crazy how you guys are handling how bad you fucked everything up and doubling down. That's good
because they're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
The people in there are gonna be fine.
oh, they're not. I mean,
I hope you're right, but like the thing is, it's not like we'll have no beef. We just won't have much, and they have all the money and resources, so they'll get it.
but they've got to stay alive.
Buddy, I'm on board. I mean, you know what I mean?
If you're at a point right now where people are already like throwing Motley cocktails at like Sam Altman's house, just random people, then at the point where there's famine, like them motherfuckers better run.
Well, that's why they have bunkers. They have bunkers already.
Yeah, but if it's bunker 30, they got to get an escort to the bunker, and those escorts, they're so stupid. It's so funny to me. They're like, you know, Sam Altman hired 3 former Green Berets to go with him to the bunker. I'm like, yeah, those dudes are murdering him day one. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're murdering the shit at you.
Yeah, if money doesn't matter anymore, what is the what is the value of you paying me to not kill you? And to keep this swank ass bunker for myself and my buddy here.
This is the best episode we've ever done.
And that's a crazy thing about like all this like tech shit that's like when we talked about the new Ohio and stuff like that, which dude, I don't know. Somebody was telling me left a message that like in Columbus they've got like police drones now, just like constant surveillance. So like this is all stuff that they could potentially do from a bunker, but like like the possibilities of like, I don't know. It seems like they're just gonna in their bunker, and then we're just gonna put a padlock on the outside and be like, all right, we got this from now. Y'all stay down there. Yeah, y'all stay down in the bunker.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think there'd be an accidental warehouse fire down in that bunker. You know what I'm saying? And then you just smoke them out, and they're just dead. That's it.
Just
I mean, I don't necessarily need them dead.
on
I
top
just
of
need
the
them.
escape hatch. Just park a bus on top of the escape hatch.
I think you just break the Wi-Fi antenna at the top of it. How these motherfuckers gonna get Wi-Fi down?
Fucking nerds.
Like, hey, jack off. We're coming out. That's what you end up doing. It people fucking like blowing up fucking data centers and tearing down fucking street surveillance cameras and like tearing up GPS. Fucking, you know, when they thought 5G was coming to Chickamauga, man, they was goddamn sawing down his poles like a motherfucker. That was back when they thought Satan was coming through there because of COVID. I don't know, but listen, you can get a lot of ideas. We're in the.
Isn't that the ones that made the spoons stick to your body? They're like giving you the. That part of that? That was a vaccine. Yeah.
I remember, and anyways, whatever. That's the era we're in. What's really funny about it is, and I know we were talking about this, or I was talking about this with somebody. It's like we keep thinking that it's coming, and like it's here. It's fucking.
I think it was us you were talking to about that every week for the last several weeks. I could be wrong, but I think that's a theme we've touched on Gravy Baby, how people keep saying it's coming and it's already here, but there's levels to it. And also, for me anyway, it's like things don't look the way I necessarily expected them to. And I expected that. Like, I wasn't arrogant enough to think I know what it's going to be like. But then sometimes you do go, oh, right. That thing that I didn't see before is, I mean, dude, just like ICE being at the airport.
Yeah.
And it's like, Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's like the first step to when they're gonna have the Gestapo at the airport. Oh wait, that is the Gestapo.
That
at the
is
airport.
the
Just 'cause
Gestapo,
they're like
yeah.
fat and stupid, and they only did a few gnarly things. It still already happened. It did affect my life.
Mhm.
Yeah. 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 It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not good. Well, I mean, it's whatever. It's reality. It's the reality we're living in. You know what I mean? And
I
that's
think
like
it's sick, dude. I think it's awesome that we're all here together, dude. Let's all get tattoos and live forever, brother. I mean, I've been doing a joke. We're already all criminals now, just for
Yeah.
being good dudes. Let's have some fun. Let's have some
Yeah.
fun. You know, like it's like when you accidentally get a little drunk. Just keep getting drunk.
I'm telling you, I'm working my way into being fucking Appalachian Han Solo. Like, I'm really fucking
Brother, years.
Does that mean you're working
Years
with
ago.
like practicing your sword work and shit? Like what are we talking about here?
How long to use a sword? What kind of
I gotta be honest, Carmen. I expected that from me, not you.
yeah.
What, we can't swap archetypes in the middle of an episode?
I can. You guys are nerds. Turn around. Turn around and look at your background, and then turn back around and tell me
None
how
of
that
this
would
is
be.
nerd IP. These are all art. I'm an art nerd. That's different. There might be like a Beetlejuice or something like that, but that's not. I was never.
Years
There's plenty of
ago,
them I ain't seen, huh?
years ago, Into the Biscuit, one of the main themes was that DJ and I were traveling through the galaxy on a stolen spaceship. And
Oh, nice.
I'll be honest, you want to do archetypes? I've never seen Star Wars, and I like probably knew, but like I really wasn't doing Han Solo and what's the Wookiee's name? Chewbacca. But in
Yeah.
retrospect, that's definitely what I was doing. You want to talk about young?
I definitely saw Spaceballs before I saw the real Star Wars, for sure.
Where I got it.
Yeah, because then you had John Candy as Barf, and that ripped.
Dude, I want to be Barf. Anyway, I feel like we're there, but it's just like so many things in life. What does that mean, and what do you do with it? All right, here's what I'm really trying to get.
Han Solo was hired
everything
for
that we've
money,
gone
though.
through in the last 8 years,
He
don't
was
you
an
feel like
outlaw
psychopaths
smuggler.
are going to do the best?
Wait, what?
So like the pandemic, right?
Right.
When you like look at like after it was over and like the dust started to settle, comedy is one of the things that I know a lot about. You can look at comedy and it's like the most psychotic people did the best
Yeah.
because they recognized it for what it was immediately and then they took advantage of it. I'm not saying I want to take advantage of this for myself in any way. I am saying though, like I am like, this is kind of rad. We're all in it together. And it's like, nah, the psychopaths are going to win. They always win.
Well, with that attitude, they sure will.
Okay, help me. One of my favorite songs by Atmosphere is Aspiring Sociopath. And this is the theme of it, where he's like, I aspire to beat these people who are evil, but the only way I can do that is to become them, and I don't know how. So help me.
You just have to not care about anybody else, including your own family.
That's the only reason I want to win, Carmen, is because I care about everybody else. That's the only reason I'm in this.
You have to like turn the consciousness, and this is about when I talk about radical psychedelia. Okay,
I'm in.
psychedelia. You know, here's
Mhm.
what you need the term, but like that's what we're talking about. We're changing our consciousness, not through drugs, not through. I mean, you can if you want to, but like we are changing our consciousness through radical action. And radical action is these things which especially within communities, then these things become what is, especially if you're living in a capitalist system, but we don't know, we're going to go beyond capitalism. Like there's going to be so many different types of currency and stuff. Like there's really no putting, there already is so many.
That's a great example. We're already there. They're trading fart coin, dog.
Yeah, all kind of stuff, dude. All kind of stuff all over the place. So it's like you have to make it. You have to incentivize kindness. You have to incentivize.
That feels like capitalism.
Well, the thing about, I mean, that's the only terms that we have to like whatever it is that you're gaining from, you're gaining a better fucking community. You're gaining a better consciousness around the world. Like this is.
It's also capitalism are the terms that most people understand. So I feel like in order to trick them into being better people, we have to use the tools at hand, which is capitalism. Not saying that to be capitalist, but to use the terms in which to get people to understand.
So that's actually very long-standing debate within political philosophy, especially some of the more esoteric, which is what I was the most into in college, because it turns out I already have my head in the clouds, even though I took that major. But it's like, will the tools and or language of empire ever be able to defeat empire, or will the tools or language of oppression ever be able to overcome oppression, versus should you be using the tools or the language of the oppressed? It's just a very interesting thing. I don't have an answer. You guys touched on something I knew about.
I mean, I think as we're changing and as we're in this changing reality now, we're totally within this other. We just have to like grasp at straws and like try. I think action is the
snort drugs through the straw. I said, and then snort drugs through the straws. Sorry,
it's not about drugs.
I know. I just felt like it got heavy, so I wouldn't.
No, he just got excited because you mentioned a straw, and he was like,
no, I just felt like it got heavy, so I wanted to make a joke. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is that action is the currency of liberation. So you want to be liberated, you're gonna have to fucking act. The best way to fucking get through that, where you can define it as you want to, but what is it that fucking Mr. Rogers said? Love is a action verb. You know what I mean? Like, fucking dude, there you go. Whatever, you will be able to understand love without any kind of definitive through the action and the activity of love and kindness. And that's where you got to put your head and you got to move forward with action.
This isn't going to work because it never does, but I'm going to try it. Can we back up a little bit? DJ, can you remember what you said 3 things ago? Because I really fucked with it, and it's now escaping my mind, which is my own fault because I had to make a joke, and that's probably what slated me. Because I wanted to ask you if it was your thing or if you'd read it somewhere.
About Mr. Rogers?
It was before Mr. Rogers.
What it was like, action is like the only.
It was one before that. That was the other one I can remember. It was one before.
Right. I don't know. We're gonna have to replay.
Are you talking about him? About us using the terms of capitalism, incentivizing kindness? That
it was like right before that.
Also, incentives don't have to be monetary.
Monetary, right?
Of course. Yeah, that's kind of what got me on the language of that whole tip. Is I was like, oh, I've been so fucking indoctrinated. Incentivized just sounds like money to me. And then I was like, okay, is that everyone? Is that most people? Is it just me? Am I the only one who?
I think it is a capitalism term, but I get, but it's been used. It's been, I'm certain it had more meaning, but we've heard it. It's been, banged into our head with a fucking hammer for years that incentivizing is monetary. So what would be another incentive then, Deej, you think? What would be a different incentive?
We'll remember that one. We will ask what another incentive is. Is there someone you've been reading that's touching on these themes? Because whatever it was that sparked my brain that I can't remember, I wanted to know if you were transmuting.
I totally advise everybody fucking read the works of Mark Fisher, anything from Zero Books. I've been reading
Fisher a little.
Yeah, it's kind of dated and it's definitely based on like a more English culture type of thing. But like it led me into Zero Books, and like I've been reading a lot about social anarchism and stuff like that, which I'm really into. So, as a matter of fact, if I was going to check a box, that would definitely be where I stand politically. But having said that, it's whatever, dude. Read anything, read everything, confront reality, confront your humanity. You know what I'm saying? Confront, look at it in the face and say, who are you?
Okay, and then Carmen's question: What are some other incentives that?
What would incentivize people to be kind?
What would incentivize people? Well, obviously, like food.
I mean, obviously, like for me, it feels good to do for others. So like that would incentivizes me. It feels good to help someone. It feels good to attribute to the dumbest example I have is I've been doing a bit about how it's okay that I don't have kids because I genuinely think it's going to take a village, especially in late stage capitalism. It's going to take a village. So it's okay that I don't have kids because I'm going to help you with your kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, helping others feels good. That's an incentive for me. But what would incentivize people who they don't care about that?
A better world, cleaner water. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a hundred different.
So the
things.
incentive would be out of necessity to have our basic needs covered.
Yeah, and not to be like, because like regardless of what anybody thinks, like we're who knows how hard it is or how weird it's gonna get, but it's gonna get hard and weird, man, for every fucking body, dude.
Right.
So like, if we can move from this place of being like, you know, this all this music being about like dude, I've been listening to a lot of Slay Squad, right? And like, I definitely like it. But like after a while, I'm like, okay, we can only like do this for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the fuck people up and goddamn, you know, get money and all the shit and all this, you know, this capitalist kind of like this mentality of like you have to have things or like whatever instead of you got to do things like. And that's the weird thing that I always come into is like, okay, you get go ahead.
That was it. You were talking about action.
Action being the language of activism. I don't know of progress.
Progress. Action is the
language of progress.
The language of progress.
Yeah, we'll write that down, kids, and fucking make sure you put it on a sign somewhere so you remember.
Write it on your heart.
Yeah, your heart. Your heart. But like whatever. This is just these are ideas. These are big ideas coming from a fucking field. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Everybody's gonna have to figure it out. But whatever you thought was real, like the fucking ICC and people keep talking about war crimes and all this fucking shit. That shit fucking dead and fuck. All they doing right now, writing the obituary. That's all they fucking do. You know what I'm saying? That shit.
Dude, people get mad when you say that. I've been saying that for about a year now, and I would say it on like the Well Read podcast. And I feel like what people felt to hearing me say it was like a what's the word? Cynicism, right? It was like I was giving up or whatever, and I just was like, man, I really don't know how to express that. It feels unhopeful to me to put your faith in a thing that you know is going to fail. Like that actually feels cynical to me, but I do understand where these people are coming from, where it's like, okay, so the thing that, you know, that we were literally created to stop this. And so what am I supposed to do? And it's like, yeah, you're right. I don't have a solution. I just know it ain't that.
Before this, there was the League of Nations. Before that, there was this fucking dude. It's gonna fucking, what do you mean? You're gonna have to let go of that shit. That's what I'm saying. Confront reality. That's fucking, dude. You have to realize there's something new is coming. Like that fucking shit, and it's coming. And like you are in charge of how you take this in, and also what you put back out. You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? So like, this is an important time for us here, dude, buddy.
I think a lot of people don't know. I genuinely think a lot of people don't realize, because the system that they've lived with their whole life is crumbling, and they don't have another alternative. You know, they don't have another way, and that's why I feel like we got a big brother, big sister of these people through this, because it seems like and even if they know it doesn't work, to Drew's point, even if they know it doesn't work, it's just the only thing they're familiar with. It's like trying to get someone to leave their shitty partner that's beating them and all this other stuff. And it's like, but it takes care of me in other ways, you know?
It feels like people who believe in the system and all that stuff. It feels like the way how I know so many Christians who are like, I really don't believe, but just in case, you know what I'm saying? Just in case. This is exactly what it feels like.
Oh, I'm guilty of that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't think that me purchasing a house is like a great play for 20 years from now. But I don't think, but in that belief, I think 20 years from now, things will be so backwards. It also won't matter that I did.
Sure.
So just in case, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, Yeah, just what if, well, because like, dude, and I do believe this, and if for anyone listening, and I don't know if I'm joined by the other two in this belief, I think that there's definitely a world where if your head's in the sand about this stuff right now, um, we go back close to the status quo, and America dismounts as the top of the world's hegemony and lands somewhere mediocre. And if you didn't work in certain fields and you had a certain amount of monetary insulation from this decade we're going through right now, you will think that what I'm and DJ and Carmen are talking about right now was insane. You'll look back and be like, it didn't really change that much. And then 20 years after that, you'll be like, actually, everything fucking changed. I just didn't lose my house.
Yeah. I was still able to like go to work and like I worked through, which is like the whole thing. Like, you're not wrong for buying your house, dude, at all. Fucking dude. But number one, can't nobody tell if we don't know what nobody can tell. Like, again, us being dismantled as an empire and having to roll back all our bases to here, and then having the full extent of that empire like disheveled and fucking kind of come in on itself is not necessarily like we have no idea what we know is going to happen.
Right.
We don't know how. We don't know the logistics to prepare for it.
Differently.
We know that it's happening, but we just don't know what the outcome is.
Framed differently, if you go from World War One to World War Two to like 1958 in Germany, there are people who went through 97 different lives, and then there are people who like kind of really only went through 2.
Sure.
But they both were living in the same society that had insane upheaval. It's just that luck, insulation, money, like various other things, dude. Like,
we're detachedness, like. I mean, in Europe and stuff like that, like I'm certain there's a farmhouse of somebody who didn't fucking pay attention that will be fine. I mean, there's plenty of people that's their plan, is to go live and be self-sustaining as an individual, have rainwater, have the things I need, make my own solar power, my own electricity, to not have to participate. And I think way more people. Huh?
But I'm gonna give you a positive and a negative but.
Okay, but
that won't work. It might work for 1 or 2 people if you have the right personality, but that is giving up. That is just being defeated, period. Like, I don't care what anyone says. If you're just like living off on your own, literally by yourself, or just with your 2 kids, you're not interacting with anyone. You were always able to do that if you could pull it off, if you had like, the willpower or whatever. But that's like the people who are scared are the ones who don't want that. And the other but is also, though, here's the difference. Palantir, not itself, but as an idea, as a concept, what it represents. Big Brother, the creepiness of this particular brand of Silicon Valley fascism is new. And scary and weird, and it's going to potentially upend everything I just said.
Well, I don't think so. I
don't either, but it's a potential.
I mean, potentially, yeah, but I think that there's enough people, like what I've seen, especially like, and coming from like right-wing media, some libertarian, different people of different ideas and stuff right now. Like the main people coming out of Kentucky, just like farmers and stuff, like people are like, fuck these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way, nobody is interested in being and having all their, I mean, they are absolutely doing it. Oracle owns all your fucking medical stuff, your files and stuff like that, all your medical information.
Data.
Or Oracle owns it. But yeah, dude, it's bad. Like, you're buying up all the media. These tech companies are going to try to buy up all our media, but that's happening right now. That has a shelf life. Like, that 100% has a shelf life. And whatever that turns into, we don't know. It could get real bad. It could be fine. You know what I'm saying? It could just be fine. You know what I mean? It certainly isn't going to be any worse than what you watch on, you know, I'm saying, like cable news or anything right now. You know what I'm saying? That completely have to combat independent media sources, and there will always be information that is, if you're going to run your life by the internet, well, that fucking internet, you're not going to be able to fucking, I don't think in America, I don't believe this. I believe you can try. I believe you can make the steps. You can hurt people as you try to like stifle opinions and stuff like that and stifle free speech. But I think it is too ingrained in us. And we have way too many guns and there's way too many motherfuckers of all sides who are just like not about that. And we're talking about people.
Davey about got my red up, dude.
Yeah.
That's saying instead of paint an Earnhardt tattoo on my chest, run through a fucking wall. Hey, dude. Don't tread on me, son. These cars ain't running.
I mean, dude, if you look at like the average American, their beliefs are totally fucking libertarian. And I don't mean in the, as in like privatizing the fucking street lamps and shit, but I'm not fiscally, I don't mean that.
Yeah, but I mean, the fuck alone.
Leave me the fuck alone, dude. Yeah.
I mean, dude, the whole culture war, in my opinion, was, for the most part, Republican actors, like thinkers, whatever, convincing regular conservative libertarian Americans that a movie that has gay people in it is them not being left alone. Right. That seeing a bathroom that allows transgender people to use whichever one they want is them not being left alone. Until someone told them that's attacking you, they were minding their goddamn business.
Again, I mean, we've talked about it before. It was a result of the fucking Occupy Wall Street thing. We started getting a little traction, and they didn't like it. I mean, this is statistical data. The word trans didn't even show up in media until motherfuckers were on Wall Street sitting there, and these guys got spooked. They got scared.
And they got scared. Part of that. Jeffrey Epstein, literally in the Epstein files.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Jay-Z and him getting into like Occupy My Street instead of Wall Street and like circumventing the movement. It's wild. It's fucking wild, dude. Yeah, dude.
That's how you know. But that's how you know it worked. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know it worked. The second people were like, "We are the 99." We are the 99%. The second that started becoming like a real thing, all these motherfuckers got scared. So
we also have we have now though a way more informed like society, believe it or not. We totally do. Like I saw Jeffrey Sachs was on fucking Hassan, dog, and like he's a total blue blood, and fucking Hassan's kind of squishy, but like that's crazy, dude. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy, man.
To me, all that really says is they're way more accessible than they used to be. Like they used to,
the media. Well, they're not having them on CNN. They're not having opposing voices on. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all yes men. So like the only place that these people can go and tell you what the inner workings of the UN and this economic whatever is happening is to go on these streaming services or to go on these on the missile Garys or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
what if I was going to do a joke that was going to make everybody uncomfortable? Never mind.
All right.
It was about
just
violence.
say it now. You told us about it.
It was a crime for me to even say. So just let everyone imagine what it might have been.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah.
I was going to pose as like an innocent question the concept. Like I was going to stumble into the concept innocently of violence. Yeah, see,
right.
You get how that works. You
but what I wonder, what would happen if...
Hey, has anyone thought of this?
I'm just saying, after the last episode where you ruined my joy about the warehouse fires...
You brought that up.
You ruined my joy.
Yeah. I looked into it. I do think there's a little bit of insurance fraud going on.
Sure.
But I think for the most part, it's just motherfuckers being like, fuck this, I'm setting this place on fire.
Right, but I'm saying...
you can do that. You know what? It's people being the guy I was just pretending to be. They're going, wait a minute. What if we burn down where we work?
Oh, man, and burn down where you work. Man, unemployment, can't go to work. That's not your fault.
Yeah, you get unemployment. I didn't think about that.
because that's that's outside. It's outside of your hands. That would not obviously not an act of God, but it would fall under. It ain't got shit to do with you. You didn't get fired. It has nothing to do with your performance.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Leave me the fuck alone, though.
I feel like the only thing is
I do apologize, though, Carmen.
it's okay. I mean, I feel like we all know this is a Noited Out podcast anyway, so I should have known better. But at the same time, I feel like we're setting the wrong things on fire, if that makes sense.
That's
I mean,
kinda
I
how
get
you
it.
know it is just some dudes, right?
Yes. This is not methodical. These boys did not think this through. They're just like, well, he set it on fire. I'm gonna set mine on fire. Which I'm also for good old boy revolution. I'm also for that. I'm for that as well. But I do feel like we could be a little bit more methodical.
We do need a fucking good old boy renaissance. We need a fucking goddamn. We need a renaissance of the goddamn the fucking Hellraiser and the fucking. I don't think that might come, dude. You know what I'm saying? We have no idea which twists and turns are ahead of us, which makes it exciting.
Mhm.
I know this though. Academia needs to change, and maybe I'm just trying to be as optimistic as possible.
But how? It's just like media sources. They're all owned. I mean, that's part of it too, is that's a propaganda machine as well.
What
Right.
if?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It needs to change.
What if what? You just got a crazy cockamamie idea. What? Violence in college?
It was the same idea. Yeah, it was the same idea. Okay? It was the same idea. You guys caught me. I just
From the
have no
comedic
idea.
brilliance of Walk Hard, the wrong kid died. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. Academia, politics. You just, I don't know, dude. I'm just one man.
Yeah, all this shit needs to fucking change, and we need to get our heads wrapped around like a future that isn't complacent, a future that doesn't fucking solely rely on fucking voting for the lesser evil, a future that where we are active and actively kind and actively it actively aware to emotionally guarded as well. Because I think emotions have a lot to do with what has gotten us here. I think that's why some of the woke stuff went a little bit overboard. You know what I'm saying? Is that as much as like the left talks about critical thinking, I do believe truly that once you're emotionally triggered, and I'm not saying that they're any more. The right has got the biggest emotions. That's the biggest. They got the
Right. Well, none of them have processed any of them. That's why. So this is all. That to me.
Power. Sorry.
What'd you say?
Right power.
right power. Yeah, it's only a fucking grievance. It's like
Merchants of Grievance, dude. It's the best song written in the last 8 fucking years. Mike Cooley, Drive By Truckers. The goddamn Merchants of Grievance, dude.
Yeah,
That's all. That's what they peddle.
what they do. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny to think now. Like, just for instance, like the whole, like, oh, comedy's back until fucking Drewski makes fun of goddamn.
That's how you know comedy is back.
That's how you know it is back, baby. That's how
By the way, have you seen him dressed up as JD Vance? He's been teasing it.
No.
Oh, that's great.
No. I mean, he got the cheeks for it. He
Not
got
pretty
the
pumped,
cheeks for
dude.
it.
And it's wild too because I despise him as a comedian.
Same.
But it's like that baseness that he has, and I've said this, and other people have too. Like you want to like we've talked about how like you're so tempted to just call Trump the F slur because it would work. Like that sort of base level, third grade, slinging mud. Of course, it's an offensive word. That's the fucking point. And Drewski is a base comedian. He is like appealing to the lowest common denominator, and it is kind of like crunchy in your guts to be like, yeah, look what happens when you go that direction.
Yeah, right.
And then
it's
people like
it's just a dumb Sacha Baron Cohen. There's no brains to someone playing dress up to be like, this is bad. I mean, here's the other, and this people would come for me for this. It's unfortunate that on my end, I had to get humanitarian don't be racist towards Latin people from a fuckboy. Like, Bad Bunny is fuckboy music. It has been since the beginning of time. That guy who is like, I don't give a fuck about bitch. Like, that guy is who we're going to, like, you need to treat Latin people like we are. Like, this is all fucking bizarre. But sometimes I think it takes a little dumb. I mean, that's been my criticism of the left. You can't keep demeaning people for not being as intelligent as you when you've had the privilege to be educated better than them, and then be mad that they don't know the shit that you know. One, and two, you have to be patient and willing to meet them where they are at, which is dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why these things are working. And that, to your point, yes.
Yeah, I think academic snobbery is definitely one of that and the fucking between the snobbery of academia and the fucking capitalizing on trauma. I think that's like the fucking two things that like really.
Can I not even push back? I'll go harder. I think.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go violence again. I was like, God damn it, Drew.
No, I think academic snobbery is a polite phrase of actual just fucking rich elitism. Because I've met academic snobs, and the ones who are truly snobbish about it, when they find out they're being snobbish, they change because they're so fucking snobbish, they can't be wrong. So like they're the ones who are going down to Mississippi to listen to this like black guy play the blues and filming him. That's an academic snob. We let elitist rich fuckers pretend they're academic snobs, and the academic snobs are going, no, I hate all of these people. I'm just going to start doing everything with my records and become a fucking hipster. We have let people masquerade as academic snobs when they're really elitist and they're clout chasers. Like, academia became weirdly like about like making money and getting fame. That's not snobbery. That's Hollywood, baby. Hollywood has infiltrated everything, where the actual snobs, and they can be a problem too, but they're kind of leaving everyone the fuck alone. Why? Because they think they're better than you.
Dude, that's so crazy. You're right. The elitism. That's what that white woman was up to.
Dude, because that's also what Elon is. It's a pretend smart. It's not a real smart.
Snobbery. What white woman, DJ?
The one in that documentary I was telling you about. Tell Them You Love Me.
Yeah.
I've never been so mad. I've never been so mad in my fucking life. But that's what was wrong with that lady. It was.
Wait, what is it? Wait, who are you guys talking about? What white lady?
Dude,
I'm sorry.
It's a documentary called Tell Them You Love Me. I'm just going to put it out there. I could fucking talk for fucking 5 hours about how much I hate. I've never been so, like, in tears, dude, watching it, yelling at the fucking. And I'm not an advocate.
What's the premise? I don't know who this bitch is. I have no point of reference. What's the documentary? Who is the documentary about? Or what is it about?
Oh my gosh, dude. I don't even know how to get this. This lady basically raped a disabled man.
That's statutory rape.
Statutory.
Well, I'm just trying to make Carmen understand what happened, not like defend her. I want Carmen to understand that she didn't hold down this man and banged him. She banged him and convinced herself that, like, you know, it was a good thing.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Dude, it's fucked up. The whole fucking.
Sorry, we need to get out of that. It's pretty weedy. Like, you know what I mean? We're in the weeds. Carmen did need to understand the context. But to, like, circle back or bring that back to what we were saying, sometimes you, like, all right, documentaries, you'll see a true academic snob on there, and it's so clear that they objectify, they subjugate whoever they're talking to. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you don't see this writer, blues musician, people you're studying who live in New York City in the 60s as people. You see them as subjects to your study. You're a snob. But you love the subject so much that you're the expert on it. And then that makes people feel dirty. And that's gross, and you should be against that. But it's not what's ruining America right now, in my opinion. In my opinion, what's ruining America is people saw people get accolades for that. And they didn't even become obsessed with them as objects. They just became obsessed with whatever they're doing as a stepping stone to be able to be on TV as the expert or to get the money or to sell the book. It's like weirdly grosser than the guy who took the picture of the kid eating dirt in Appalachia and the kid was just eating dirt. You know what I mean? Like he was just eating dirt, like he was just being a kid. That guy's an asshole. But the guy who saw that and got jealous of that dude's fame for it, so then he started taking pictures of kids eating dirt, and he didn't even love taking pictures of kids eating dirt. He's 2 steps removed from caring about these people. Sorry, I'm fucking on one about this.
No,
Yeah.
dude. And that's
No, don't stop. You're in the middle of it. Don't stop in the middle of the rant.
That's the main problem with like people like fucking Noam Chomsky and shit, dude. Is like, you know, and he was like out there saying, there's this famous interview with him was like where he was talking to a reporter and he was like, yeah, you wouldn't have the job if you didn't think like that. It's like, I'm not saying that you don't believe the things that you're saying. He's telling to the reporter. He's like, I'm not saying that you don't have the job that you have because like you don't believe what you're saying. I believe you have it because you do believe what you're saying, because you do. And it's the same way with Noam Chomsky. That's exactly how he was when he was out there talking about how don't nobody asking for him and Hillary Clinton were out there talking about how like nobody needs Medicaid for all because that's like giving everybody a fucking pony. You might want a pony, but we can't give everybody a pony. Remember when he was on that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the same type of motherfucker, an academic fucking elitist.
Clout chaser.
Yeah, well, he just likes to talk about the theory part of it.
He was
But he also wants the attention. I guess I just feel like there are people who are snobbish, but it's because they're so obsessed with what they do in academics. And then I think in America, we saw some of those people get accolades and get glorified for their book or whatever it is that they do. And then you have these type of people who won't even fucking have the decency to become obsessed
Network.
as a snob. Instead, they just think I'm better than people, therefore it's reverse. It like on the snob.
It's literally
side,
Sam Altman. You're talking about Sam Altman, but
so I know more than you. And what I'm talking about is this new-ish era, the last 20, 30 years in America of I know more than people, so I guess I'll be a snob. It's like this flip side, and that's what you see in academia. And dude, I'm telling you, I see whatever. Clout
Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah.
and like fame-ish type stuff. It's fucking ruined us.
Yeah. Radical, you know, if you imagine getting accolades for like fucking kindness and help and fucking being a fucking service, like not to this, this guy fucking raised $1,000 on his GoFundMe for whatever reason, or this kid helped his fucking classmate because he didn't have any, like not stuff like that, but I'm talking about real sincere, like not that that's not sincere, I'm not saying that. But,
yeah, just not a canary in a coal mine situation, but just genuinely, I mean, that's it. Weaponizing kindness is really what it is. It's as a mean of necessity.
I thought of an analogy. Unfortunately, it's comedy, and then I'll let this go. Dave Chappelle is a snob. Dave Chappelle believes he is better than all of us at stand-up comedy and anyone who's ever done stand-up comedy, but he believes it because of the things he did in comedy. He has internalized that as accomplishments of himself. He looks at Chappelle's show and is like, I changed culture. I did that, and it turned him into a snob. Comedy elitism is Andrew Schultz, who's like, I got as famous as Dave Chappelle, therefore I'm as good as Dave Chappelle, and I'm also better than you. But he wanted that. I think Dave Chappelle genuinely wanted to be the best comedian, and then it turned him into this snob to get there, whereas Schultz just wanted to be there. He saw the guy who gets to be the elitist, and he said, I want that. What do I need to do to get that? Sorry, I'm done now.
No, that makes sense.
I want to clear up one thing. Speaking of like the currency of kindness, just like I want to be clear that like I hope that this new future that we roll in, that it's because of the necessity that we're gonna have with each other, that we can hold it in a I don't mean doing it false, I mean doing it in a way where it becomes valuable. I don't necessarily want us to live in a world where that has to be valuable, but I hope we value it for what it is.
But I think with us being as vain and as arrogant, and I mean this as Americans, I think you get there by it being a necessity. I think that's how you break that. I think that truly what we are going through right now is going to make us as humble as the rest of the fucking world, to be honest with you.
Maybe. Well, during the Depression, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to just take the Depression as like a fucking, it really, you know, it humbled a lot of people, but a lot of people it made absolutely fucking monsters, and we're goddamn here we're now. So, like, there's got to be a way to learn from that history that we have and, like, combat it. And I think a lot of it has to do with how we approach this new reality and how we digest it, how we.
I agree, because I think there was also a lot of ignorance with us being an even younger country for then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, I think we have a lot more data now where if we're put through something and we genuinely, with the knowledge of we know how things work, because it was easier than I feel like to put one over on people and etc. But I think for us, especially as the stereotype of America and how Americans are viewed by the rest of the world, I think this is the thing maybe that we stop being we are number one, is we have to literally not be number one. Like, and that's like people are just now starting to learn that we're not. So
I think that there's a lot of truth in what you said, but a cynical joke that kept popping in my head, it was like, oh yeah, data. That's clearly turned all of America into you know, kind, intelligent, reasonable people. I mean, to some extent, I mean, earlier we were talking about DJ getting my red up. There's the real paradox of the American spirit, if you will, of like, don't fucking tell me what to do. And it's like, in some ways it can be very beautiful, but in some ways it's so damaging and so easy to manipulate, we now see.
yes.
I mean, it's just like, it's so easy to manipulate.
Well, and that's why I think really why we are where we are is because it is so easy to manipulate.
And you know what? Just to tie a bow on it, that's the thing I'll never forgive Dave for.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are blamed for being out here. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to be in Bristol at the Blue Ridge Comedy Club, owned and ran by our good buddy Sean Carter. That's May 1st and 2nd. He had a very funny text from him today where someone wrote him and was like, I was trying to go to Drew's show in Portland and I somehow bought your show. That's so funny. Like, how do you confuse Bristol and Portland? That's really, really great. I'll be in Portland at the end of May, opening for Trey Crowder. If you want tickets to that, just look up Trey Crowder in Portland. I will be at Bonnaroo doing Wood Court. We didn't get into it today. We'll get into it next week. I'm going to be at Athfest, and I'm going to be in New Orleans in August.
Hey, let me know if you need somebody for court.
Yeah, Wood Court. Well, I mean, we can talk about it. I don't exactly have like a budget to fly you to Bonnaroo.
I mean, it's probably, I mean, I'm in Pennsylvania now, so it's not as far.
Hey, we'll talk. I'm not against you being at Wood Court. I think you're going to be able to hear what the deal would be.
When you listen to this, I will be in Alexandria, Virginia tonight, and then tomorrow, Bethesda, Maryland. CarmenMorales.com for all of your Carmen Morales needs. I didn't pull my shit up to spout these off, but thank you. Patreon.com/GravyBabyPod if you want to throw some dough at us. Join the Discord for sure. Thank you guys so much for listening. I fucking loved this episode. I hope you did too. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,